So we talk all the time about gratitude. It's a common theme, probably the most used of our leadership principles that we have. We go big, begin in gratitude. Sometimes we go fig, we finish in gratitude. There are really 4 levels of gratitude. There's this concept that we call ingratitude, which is lack thereof, no gratitude. Social gratitude, which is please, thank you, and all that kind of stuff. Grateful for, the 3rd level of gratitude, we're grateful for things, which requires something to be happening to us. Grateful for my health, for my family, for stuff. And then there's this highest level of gratitude of grateful in. So if we're going to delve into the leadership principle, I think it's really important for us to understand when we say gratitude, what are we striving for? And that highest level of gratitude, of grateful in, there's many ways to explain it, but the way I like to explain it best and use it is doing something for someone else with no expectation of anything in return, right? So how do we get that? How do we get that from that piece of paper into our everyday lives, whether it's our everyday lives here, our everyday lives outside of the building? I talk about all these leadership principles as mindsets. There really are mindsets. How do we get into the mindset? Can you be in a mindset of gratitude and anger at the same time? It's impossible to have a gratitude mindset, like I'm feeling really grateful to you, and also be angry at you at the same time. It's like darkness and light occupying the same space. They can't. How do you use gratitude, like Shayla, with your team?
Well, I'm grateful for my team. And for me, I know I would not be successful without my team. So I make sure they're aware of it. So for us, we have a lot of wins, but we also have failures. So within those failures, I always go back and say, what have we learned? We're grateful for those lessons that we learned as far as, how we are improving what we did before. So just learning from those errors as grateful for what we're learning, it has helped us to move forward and be a better team.
So you've done, that's a very interesting, what you've done is, which I believe is the case, because I think if you look at all our leadership principles, gratitude's in every one of them. That if you have a gratitude mindset, you can really excel. You connect gratitude with learning.
Yes.
Which is really cool, because when your team knows that you have that mindset of gratitude for them, towards them, with them, and then a mistake happens, so they know your mindset is, hey, I'm really grateful for you. Let's talk about what happened. That's a really cool way of
and it's in life, because it's in life, that's how I lead also. Mistakes will happen. What do I learn? I'm grateful for those lessons. And that helps you to move forward also.
So I would say it's hard to have that mentality of learning without having the mindset of gratitude.
Yes.
That's pretty cool. And Steve, you've been here for
3 months.
So in your experience across all of the enterprises you've been involved in, companies, and you come here and you see what we're doing, and this is not about comparison.
Yeah.
I believe comparison is the theft of joy.
Yeah.
This concept of gratitude and how you see it playing out, and how you've seen it played out in your history, and what have you seen here since you've been here?
Yeah, I appreciate the question. I would tell you that it starts, Mark, with we live in a world of busyness, and because of that busyness, we don't, as a culture, tend to encourage people to stop and reflect personally, professionally as well. And I've had to learn the hard way as a leader over time. I would tell you early in my career, it was about making more money, and it was about getting promoted, and it was very selfish. And fortunately, I married an amazing woman who taught me the idea of caring about other people and investing in other people. And that began to translate to my professional career. And I really found that if I really started to stop and think about who I was and how I wanted to show up, gratitude started to become a natural extension of my leadership. You use the term light and darkness can't live in the same space. I want to be salt and light to the people I work with, my teammates, my colleagues. And what I mean by that is salt gives flavor. It's encouraging, whatever you bite into, whatever you eat. Or light shines on things and helps you see the world more effectively.
No pun intended, light.
No pun intended.
Steve Light, I'm just saying.
Yeah, and my middle initial is D, so I'm Stephen Delight, right? That's the truth. But the point is I started to self-reflect on that and realized I needed to move from being inward focused to other focused. Gratitude became a natural extension. And then as I played that out over my career, I began to realize that it was an acquired and learned behavior. That when I would show up that way with gratitude, people would absorb that and it would become infectious and it would reinforce itself in the culture. So how does it show up? It shows up, I have gratitude that people have choices. There's lots of places they can work. There's lots of teams, yet they choose to come and work with me and work with my organization. And I appreciate that. So people's commitments to the team, people's commitments to the vision, the willingness to be part of what we call L&R, just amazed and appreciative that people make those sacrifices and make those commitments every day. And so I feel a tremendous responsibility and honor to play that back and show up with gratitude, because there's lots of things people could do. So when they choose to be part of my world, I owe it to them to give them everything I can, including honor and grace.
Cool. And Dellyn?
Well, my story is a little different. So I actually used to be with the company about like 8 months. I was temp to hire. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to work with them because, going through AP changes and the budget wasn't there kind of thing. But unfortunately, I left 3 months ago. I was invited back from Jonathan at that time. I was worrying about if I'm going to be staying here are they going to select me? I had like home things that I was kind of going through. When Jonathan kind of gave me that call, he looked at my profile on LinkedIn kind of thing. He's like, "You're coming back on Monday, right?" I was like, "Yes, I am." After that day, I kind of told myself, I'm in, they need me here. I gave them 120%. Showing up 30 minutes early, staying a little bit late, helping training, coming in every day kind of thing. I just need to be there for my team. At the time, we used to have like a Reno location now it was opening up, and the time frame differences are way different than what it is here. So 5 o'clock here is probably like 8 o'clock over there. But I knew that the team needed me, especially for this big push over there. So I stayed later. Jonathan said, "Okay, I need you to stay a little bit later to make some calls to some people because we need some more people in this warehouse." Of course. Because I knew.
Is that because of the gratitude mindset? You think that's where where does that come from?
Well, it comes from, at my old place, I wasn't really appreciated much. And I've been with them for like quite some time. But my time here at L&R, I get so much gratitude from, leaders. I talk to Shayla from time to time about little things, about Steve Light about little things. My own team is amazing. I can't do anything without them. And it's that they look upon me for certain things, and I'm just saying to myself, I'm with these people more than I am with my own family. So if I'm not feeling that gratitude feeling both ways, then it's not going to work. I can't come in here and do 110% like I do every day. People say, "How you do it? Why are you working so hard?" I love being here. I love having that gratitude feeling, because that genuine feeling that I'm having about the company is actually genuine. So it portrays to my conversations when I'm talking to people outside of the company.
Sure.
So it kind of is a chain reaction from there.
One of the tools that we use here that we've brought in is a concept of positive focus. You step into a meeting, right? Especially in today's world, we go from Teams call to Teams call, or Zoom meeting to Zoom meeting, and it's just bang, 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 right? And so we try and we go big. Well, we go big, and one of the ways we do that is through a positive focus. Just go around the table and share a positive experience. And
Every meeting, yep.
right, it's a pretty powerful thing, because what it creates, it actually releases a chemical in your brain that is a complete mindset shift, and you're able to go from, whatever stress you were having on the last deal, on your last call, whatever's going on, you dealt with a customer who just yelled at, whatever it is, it's almost like, okay, let's have a meeting now, but let's take 3 minutes and let's do a positive focus.
Steve touched on that a little bit about starting in gratitude. You was learning that from your wife, and how it's portraying now to your team. Now your team is like more elevated now because of it. So that's pretty awesome.
It's a great concept. So gratitude and elevation are connected. I like making those connectors, right? So gratitude and anger can't exist in the same space, but gratitude and elevation can exist in the same space, right? Gratitude and happiness can exist in the same, because I can be grateful and be happy. You talk about leading when we measure things, leading indicators, lagging indicators. Gratitude is a leading indicator to how things will probably happen. And if you could stay in that mindset, even when things are going rough, it's a pretty cool thing to be able to do. It's a secret weapon. Well, thank you guys for sitting and having this talk today.
Of course.
Right?
Anytime.
you.
It's our pleasure.